identification.
Yeah.
I sent them that letter, you see, and I put, if you need anything from me, I'm open. You can call me friend and left my telephone number.
Okay.
So the bank, allegedly the bank phoned me up, but I don't think that was the bank. I think that was the good guys coming out of the government.
Oh.
See what I was up to, an agent, a government agent. Because he asked me a lot of very strange questions.
Like what? What did he ask you, Wendy?
He asked me how I was living without any income, and did I grow food in my garden, and...
Oh, that's a key question.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And what did you say to the food question?
I said, yes, I do grow my food in the garden.
Well, that's something very... that conversation, you didn't record it by any chance, did you?
No, because it was just unexpected,
yeah, okay.
Fortunately.
Go on, what else did he ask you? Go on.
He asked me a lot of strange questions, and he was asking me about benefits, because I've claimed benefits and paid the mortgage through benefits prior to all of this.
Yeah.
So there was that claim there, you know. And so he was asking me about that, you know. But I'm allowed to claim in the name anyway, as long as I don't claim the name.
Yes. Okay.
Anyway, so I said, that was a mistake. You know, I just told him that.
Wow.
And he said, you know, well, if you're not that name, you claimed in that name, isn't that fraud? And I said, well, that was a mistake.
Okay. He knew the questions to ask you, didn't he?
Because like I said, when you say there's been a mistake, everything before gets forgiven. But it's not fraud anyway, because you can actually use that name.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, it's very telling that I think, look, we'll never know. You never know and I'll never know what the call was about. But it's surmising, we'd say, because there's a key question there, and there's two actually. If he'd asked you about food, there's something here that we're very strong on in Ireland in terms of the constitution in Ireland. And the place you dwell in, the home you're in.
It's significant that you mentioned food.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. Why do you think it is? I mean, we can...
Well, because you have basic needs, you know.
Yeah.
You need food, you need shelter, and you need heat.
Absolutely.
And clothing. They're your basic needs. They're the needs that no matter what happens, no matter what state you're in, those should be supplied to. It's your right to have those three things.
Yeah. Say that again, Wendy. You broke up a little bit about that. The three needs again. What are those again?
The three needs are shelter, heating and warmth and clothing, and food.
Okay.
You know, they're food and water, obviously. They're your three basic needs.
Yeah.
And you're right. And no one can take those away from you.
Very good, Wendy.
No matter what, if you've got no money or anything, nobody can take those three rights away from you unless you allow them to do it.
Very, very, very good point, Wendy. I was going to mention this in the context of what we were discussing. Now, I don't know so much about the UK, Scotland, England, Wales, and any other country around the world, but there's two things that we're focused in on at the moment with people that are potentially losing their houses. One is the European Convention of Human Rights, which identifies the things you've mentioned, Wendy, and those are the basic needs. And secondly, and specifically for Ireland, and it's probably the same for a lot of countries, is that we have a constitution which identifies those three basic needs, that no man, woman, child, beast, fiction, legal entity, trading name can take those things away from you unless, as you say, you let them.
Yep.
You capitulate and you say, yes, you can have them, here you go, you've got me. So,
yeah, or you just let them do it without saying anything, you
correct.
know, you just let them do it.
You don't let...
You agree to it yourself.
That's it. That's very important. I mean, if nothing else, if you don't hear anything else, folks, if you haven't heard this interview, if it's broken up or anything, those three things, no man, woman or child can take those things from you. No corporation, no fiction, nobody can take those things for you, legally or lawfully. They have no inroads there, they cannot do it. No matter what they say to you, if you stand the ground peacefully, they can't take them off you.
Right.
I better stop.
I never really attended school, you know, as you know, I've told you before, Darryl, you know. On occasions I went into school, and one thing, when I was 11, I've just started the big school, and I went this one day, and I went to this one lesson, and I've never forgot it. It's all stayed in my heart. the three basic needs are warmth, shelter, and food.
Yeah.
That every man has got to have. And I remember that lesson. It's so weird, you know. These things are just, you know, said to you. Those things that you remember like that have meaning. You know, if it resonates with you at that time, and I've never forgotten it. And I never went to school, and I hardly went to any lessons. But I turned up to that lesson, and I got that bit of information.
You probably got the most important lesson of your life just from that lesson. But I think, though, Wendy, as well, we all know this stuff, don't we? You know, it just, as you said, we need to reprogram ourselves. It's there. The information's there.
Yeah, that's it. The way I look at it is, you know, when you die, you know, and they say you go through a light, that's when you see everything. You know everything. The light that you see are the lights that haven't gone on in your head while you've been on the earth.
Yeah. And
suddenly they all light up and you see everything.
Yeah.
And so when you're born, you have all that bright knowledge, all that knowledge of the light, if you like, and when you're born with all of that, but you've got to go into the rooms in your mind to switch the light back on again.
Yeah.
Now, if you're born with parents that are aggressive and violent, then you're just going to keep going into those rooms and switching on those lights and making those lights brighter and brighter in your mind of violence and aggression and such like.
Yeah.
And the love side, the love room, is going to be very dim because you're not getting any love. And that's the same with everything. Every single thing. You've got to go into that room and switch on that light to know it. But it's there, and it is there, you know. Well, all you need to do is switch the light on.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's a very, very good point, because the other thing I'm finding, and you may find this as well with other people, is that a lot of people don't even know the light switch is there.
That's it. So I don't know the way to the room, let alone that there's a light there.
Absolutely. Well, listen,
but what can you say? If you were born, you've been taken to the violent room all your life, you're just going to keep going there, aren't you? You know, you're not, you know, unless you actually think for yourself and start manoeuvring, you know, looking around you.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another room here. I wonder what's in there. Let a bit of love into your life, or let a bit of whatever, creativity or whatever. There's so much potential there.
Okay.
It's just that you realising that you have got that potential and not closing yourself off from it.
Well, I'll tell you what, Wendy. We're going to sign off in the next few minutes, because what we'll do is, if it's all right with you, we'll check in with you every once in a while. Yeah? You there, Wendy?
Yeah, sorry, you broke up a bit then as well, yeah.
What I was saying to the listeners there, Wendy, is that every once in a while we'll check in with you to make sure everything's okay there and you can update us. I know there are quite a few people in the UK, as there are in Ireland, and they are basically being pushed as far as they can see out of their homes. So,
if anybody wants to come to me for help, you know, I'm thinking free on Skype.
Thinking free on Skype. Thinking free, yeah. Is it thinking.free, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's thinking.free.
Yeah.
Or just put thinking free in as well. It should be able to find me.
Okay, and you'll be open to people Skyping you and calling you and all that, yeah?
Absolutely. If somebody's about to lose their house, or even if they've had a repossession already ordered, you know, and they're waiting to have their house repossessed, I can help them. Yeah. Even if they're out of their home and the home hasn't been sold yet, I can help them.
That's brilliant. Okay, I will get people to take you up on that, because I've had some communications with people in the UK, and for some reason they haven't managed to get in touch with you. Maybe that's, I don't know why that is.
Okay, yeah, well I have contact, Jane 41.
Yeah.
Forget his name now.
Jeff, that'll be Jeff. Yeah. He's been in touch with you, has he?
I've spoken to him.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's got on, but I've spoken with him.
Good, okay. Well, we might speak to Jeff later on ourselves, but listen, Wendy, I want to say thank you very, very, very much for the update, and we probably have tons more to talk about, but there is a couple of clips myself and Dave wanted to get out for this evening as well. So we will touch base with you. Now, again, I know you're constantly in touch with Dave anyway. Keep Dave updated as to how you're doing and what you're doing as well. That's okay, yeah?
Yeah, will do, yeah, no problem.
And if there's anything you need from us, I'll speak to you separately off air about some other things that we've done here as well. Is that okay? Hello, Wendy?
I'm back, yeah.
Okay. Just to sort of close out there now, Wendy. I'll speak to you off air probably tomorrow or the next day about some stuff. I know Dave mentioned to me that you wanted an update on what we were doing here.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll update you as best we can. I think what we've done pales into insignificance compared to what you've done, to be honest with you. You know, that is magnificent work on your part.
Cool, thanks. Yeah, it's good, it's all good. It's the way everybody's got to go, in my opinion.
Well, I think you're going to help an awful lot of people switch the light on.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, switching the lights on and switching some off.
Okay. Well, listen, is there any bit of music that we can play for you? Just to say thanks very much for the interview. Is there any piece of music or anybody in particular you want us to throw on there?
Yeah, you can play Imagine, John Lennon.
Imagine, that's a good piece of work. Yeah, I think Dave might have it in his archive here. I mean, he's got all the old stuff, you know. I've got all the new stuff. Okay, listen, we'll do that once we can try and track it down. And listen, thanks a million, Wendy, and we will speak to you very, very shortly, okay?